What's up guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. Now, before I start going over my deck and my gameplay and everything, as this is the first video on this channel, although I streamed this game before, well, as this is the first video on my channel about Gwent, first a little introduction. What is Gwent? What does it make what other card games don't? Now, Gwent, obviously, the Witcher card game named, is a card game from the Witcher series called Gwent. Well, in some parts of the world it was called Gwent for some odd reason. Now it's called Gwent, so we will call it Gwent. Gwent. Now, Gwent is a card game much like Hearthstone or Elder Scrolls Legend or something along these lines. You insert card game name of your choice right here. But Gwent does a lot of things differently. For example, Gwent does not use any sort of mana system, so every card you draw to your hand you can basically play whenever, wherever you choose, wherever you like. For example, the most unique aspect of Gwent is that you do not win by winning one round. Like in other games like Hearthstone or anything, you just pound your enemy into oblivion. Elder Scrolls Legend, that is. And that's it. No, in Gwent, you have to win 2 out of 3 rounds to win a game. So, it involves a little bit more planning, a little bit more foresight. For example, if you club your enemy into oblivion in the first round by having, let's say, 100 points more than him on the board, but then you have no cards whatsoever in round 2 and 3, you simply lose. You won one round, but the other rounds you will probably lose because you overcommitted to one round, and that will be your downfall. So it's a little bit more tactical, a little bit more strategic than most card games out there, I would think. I actually have never played Hearthstone myself, but Elder Scrolls Legends I did, and I heard and watched a lot of Hearthstone, so yeah. Now, how do you win rounds? How do you win games in Gwent? You win by basically a pretty simple thing, by having more points on the board than your enemy at the point where he leaves the round, or he passes the round, or he has no cards left in his hand. So he's basically not able to play any more points out. And points you gather, points you play by these cards you can see right here. Just checking my webcam's not in the way. And these cards, for example, like this card has a point worth associated to it. In this case, it's 6 points. Most of the cards, well, all of the unit cards have a point value associated to them, and most of the unit cards have an ability as well. For example, like what's a simple ability to understand? Like this one, Vikavara Medic has only 1 point strength, so it's not a really strengthy, not a pretty valuable card points wise. But this card can resurrect a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard. So that can be very powerful if the opponent's graveyard has any units in it. So if it does not, so this card is pretty useless. But it's pretty situational. Other cards, there are a few cards like this one here, Geralt, from basically the title hero of the Witcher games, who is pretty strong, 13 points. That's a pretty strong card, but he doesn't have any abilities. So yeah, most people actually do not run him. But I'm telling you the reasoning why I'm running him in this deck in a short while. These are one kind of cards, these unit cards, which bring you points. And there's another form of card which are special cards. Special cards do not have a point value associated to them, like this one on the right side. You can see Alsos Thunder. Alsos Thunder doesn't bring you points per se, but it has an ability, and this ability is pretty straightforward. Damage a unit by 7. points, by 7 points. So these special cards interact with point values of other cards, of basically unit cards, by either damaging them. For example, this Alsos Thunder is a direct damage card, or like Stammelford's Tremors damages all units by 1, and so on and so forth. These are direct damage cards, but there are, for example, damage over time effects, like weather cards, like this Biting Frost, which damages the lowest enemy on one row of the enemy of your choosing by 2 points every round. So this is not only 2 damage and that's it, but this is 2 damage every round. So if the game goes a long time, a lot of rounds, so yeah, this might be very damaging. But there are other cards like boosting cards, like this one, Swallow Potion, boost a unit by 8. So this you obviously want on your own units, like for example this Emperor Enforcer has 7 points of value. If you boost it by 8 with this Swallow Potion, suddenly it's not a 6 value bronze card, but a 14 value bronze card. So these special cards as well. That's the main playstyle of Gwent. There are obviously a lot more nuances and quirks and tricks and everything, because basically every card in the game, except a few exceptions, have special abilities which can be paired up. You will see this in gameplay in a little while. But let's come to this series as a whole. This series, I hope I made clear what Gwent is actually all about. So this series here is going to be a free-to-play series. This account I have right here is very new. It only is level 3, I guess. Level 3 you can reach in Gwent by 1 or maybe 2. Yeah, maybe 2 hours of gameplay. So level 3 is not really that big. And that shows in the card, because basically the longer you play, the more cards you unlock. You start the game with basically only having the most basic cards of every faction unlocked, and there are hundreds and hundreds of cards to unlock. And this shows by the amount of gold cards I have on this account. These are basically only just the starting gold cards. I opened some kegs I got from the challenges I made on this account, so I unlocked all the leaders for every faction, and therefore I got some kegs. And I think Villain Trettonmirth, I think I got from a keg, but I'm not sure right there. So as I said, this is a free-to-play account. Is no points, no points, right? No, what do you call it? Gold, doubloons, euros, something, dollars, bucks, no bucks spent yet, on this account. And therefore it's supposed to be aimed at, this series is supposed to be aimed at, people who just starting out in Gwent, who just want to build their first decks, and they can just come to this series and look what I fail at and basically do other things. So, that's basically the whole point of this series I'm making right here. Now, let's come to this deck at hand. This is actually the first deck I made on this account, on this open beta? I think it's open beta right now, account. And, I made this because I got some cards from the kegs I opened. So I thought like, well, let's do a Nilfgaard deck. I'm running John Carvier as my commander, as my leader. I'm telling you what he does in a second. And this first deck is centered around a couple of units, especially these spying units. That's why I called it beginner spies. Well, these spying, well, they're actually called agents, but they are spies for me. So, well, these units have the agent trait, so that means I'm not playing them on my side of the board. I'm playing them on the opposing side of the board, on the enemy side of the board, which basically means I'm giving them points. I'm giving them for like for example, 2 points, 5 points, 11 points, something like this. But these units obviously do something for me as well. Otherwise, these units would be pretty stupid to play if they only give the enemy points. But they have abilities, and these abilities I think are pretty strong if you play them to their strengths. For example, this emissary here, when I deploy them on the enemy side, draw the top 2 bronze units from your deck, play 1 and shuffle the other back. That basically means I can choose one of 2 units of my deck that I can play with these cards. The ambassador here, I only have one of them in my deck. It's kind of let's see where this goes. I also play him on the opposing side of the board, and he will boost 1 ally by 12 points, so that can be pretty useful. And then I have two more spying units, Joachim de Wet, or Joachim, wherever you're from. Place the top loyal bronze or silver unit from your deck and boost it by 10. So this card is basically guaranteed to have 5 more points than you invest on your opponent's side. That's pretty useful, especially if you can pair it up with a strong card you might draw from this one. And then Cantarella, 11 points sacrificed on the opposing side of the board. But this card lets me draw an extra card from my deck, which can be, again, really powerful. These are, well, the center cards of my deck, and then I have other cards which synergize with them. For example, I have these Impera Enforcers, which have an ability: whenever a spying enemy unit appears during your turn, damage an enemy by 2. So this basically means if this card is on the board and I am playing one of these spies, this card lets me damage a targeted unit on the enemy side of the board, basically reducing the enemy's overall strength. Then these Impera Brigades, which are basically the same thing as the Impera Enforcers, but the opposite way around. Whenever a spying enemy appears, boost self by 2. So this card lets me, these Impera Enforcers lets me damage an enemy, and these Impera Brigades will just boost themselves. So they will get bigger, they will get more strength the more units I play on the enemy side of the board. And then finally the Nausicaa Brigades, which are pretty key to this deck. Deploy, so if I deploy this card on my side of the board this time, damage a spying unit by 7. If it was destroyed, strengthen self by 4. Basically means if I play, well, it doesn't matter, these Nausicaa Brigades can kill every spy I have except Cantarella, and if these spies die, the enemy obviously losing strength, and these Nausicaa Brigades will gain 4 strength. So this is a pretty powerful card if you can make this combo happen. Then there are some more key cards. For example, this Vicaral Medics, which I talked about. They can resurrect a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard. That basically means I can resurrect these spying units or these agents as they being part of the opposing side of the board, obviously going into the opposing side's graveyard. And with these Vicaral Medics, I can resurrect them, basically triggering their ability a second time around. The gold cards I have, I said I don't actually have that much gold cards on this account, are pretty much the only gold cards I can make happen. I will probably tweak these gold cards a little bit around if I get more of them. As for now, they are kind of gap fillers, except Kar here. Kar here is pretty powerful with John Carvier. Now, these are my spying synergies, and now I'm telling you about the leader synergy I have, because the leader John Carvier I chose out of 3 leaders. I chose him because he is letting me look at the top 3 cards in my deck and play one of them. That basically means I can play another card with him from my deck, which I do not have in my hand currently. But it also means I know exactly what the next 2 cards of my deck are. So if I go into the second round, at the start of each round you draw cards. At the start of the second round, you draw 2 cards at the start of the third round, you draw 1 card. That basically means I know exactly what cards I will draw. What this also means, if I play John Calvier, now I know what the top 3 cards are. One of them I played, so I know what the 2 top cards of my deck are. And I'm now playing an Emissary. And the Emissary lets me draw 2 bronze units from my deck. From the top of my deck, from the top of my deck. And I pretty much know what these units are. So I will exactly know what this Emissary will draw me. If these units are not bronze, but are silver or gold, there are bronze units like these, which have a bronze border. There are silver units like these and gold border units like these. If these top 2 units I saw with John Calvier were not bronze units, and I saw silver or gold units, I can, for example, play Joachim the Vet. Play the top loyal bronze or silver card in your deck and boost it by 10. Or I could even choose controller, but does she draw bronze cards? Top card from your deck. She even draws gold cards, it seems like. So that's pretty powerful right there. So I will exactly know what I am drawing. Now, this this has gone on for a long time now, but excuse me, this is the first video, so I had to explain what Gwent actually is. And we will now go into some gameplay.
I shall not.
Whoa. That literally took ages. There you can see level 3 again. Yeah, that literally took ages. I was in queue for like 10 minutes. Refreshing every now and again. Oh, okay, let's look at our hand. We have some spice, that's great. Probably don't want yeah, what do not want? Yeah, this could be a good hand. Actually, I might prefer another gold card, like Kahi or something. But if we drop anything else, it could be really risky for us. And there you can see the playing board, the playing field. That's our side of the board, and that's the enemy side of the board. And we are playing Nilfgaard against Nilfgaard. Not only that, but we are playing John Calvier against John Calvier. And let's see how he is going to start, as the coin toss has decided that he is going to start. He is obviously running a similar deck than I have with these spies, and I'm having a bit of a different opener than him because I'm starting with Cynthia. Cynthia lets me reveal the highest value unit in the opponent's hand and boost itself by its power. So
For the Emperor!
Yeah, we can say, ooh, hello there. We can see a really strong unit right there. And that's a bit... Yeah, that's a bit troublesome. And he already used Peter's Gwynleaf, which resets a unit... Gwynleaf? which resets a unit and damages it as well. So that's a bit of a problem, but now what do we... I think we might want to get our Imperial Enforcers out. So we can get our spy synergy going. And what is he doing? He obviously countered my Cynthia play really, really nicely, but I got Peter Gwynleaf out of him, so he isn't there for my Imperial Brigade, which might get huge, or some other cards that I might play in the future. So what's he going to do? He also has Imperial Enforcers. So that might be a really, really similar deck to the deck that I am playing right now. This is going to be a slap fight. I don't like these. I do not like these mirror matchups where basically you're playing against yourself, and the one that has more luck in the draw basically dictates how the game's going. He draws Ka here, I don't, so that's a plus for him. Let's hope he gets only trash cards to choose from. Oh, okay. He's playing Cantarella? Does that mean he wants to go out of this round? Okay. Let's see where this is going. But I want to win this round, so that's why I'm probably wanting to keep playing. And I do want to keep playing in the way that my Imperial Enforcer... Ooh, hello there. What's in the opponent? Nothing is in the opponent's graveyard. Okay. Then these Imperial Enforcers will be great. Therefore, I can kill you and damage you. And damage you. Now, this is a big swing for us. We are now 14 points in the lead, but we are 1 card down. He could pass at this point and be 1 card up for the second round, but that would be fine by me. What is he going to do? Yeah, that was beautiful synergy with these with this emissary, getting my third Impera Enforcer out, and now I can really keep going with these spies and triggering all my Impera Enforcers, damaging him basically to death. Let's hope this works. Oh, he assassinates one of my Impera Enforcers. That's not good, but that only means I can not do true damage. Oh, Impera Brigade, yes, please. And now I'm really keeping the damage up. I'm now 15. No, over 15. I'm miscounted there. I'm now 19 points ahead of him, so I could, in theory, pass this round. But what is he going to do? I do want to win this first round. Because in mirror matchup, it's pretty crucial to win the first round, in my opinion. What's he going to do? Ooh. Okay, that's a strong play for him.
Tell me what you've got.
What does he want to do with that? Biting Frost, okay. Biting Frost damages the lowest unit on the row by 2 points every turn. That means he's now back into the race with only 7 points behind me. But I do want to keep playing, actually. And I will boost this unit. And then damage the enemy again. So more than 20 points up on him. Does he pass now? He's still going, okay. And he's even using his own Impera Brigades. Yeah, Impera Enforcers died right there. I'm probably spending my second Impera Brigade this turn. Well, I have 3 spies. That would be a 14 pointer. Oh, 12 pointer, I'm sorry. And I could still kill these, and I could even play my John Carvey. I just want to win this round pretty hard. And I'm pretty committed at this point. I do not want to drop my Geralt, because Geralt in the third round with only 1 or 2 cards left could be very powerful. A 13-point card just out of nowhere. The question is, how hard is he going to push? Because he can still swing this. Yeah, he is eating these guys up. It could mean that he's trying to get this card to his side of the board. But he is, oh god, he is still 14 points down. I should pass right here. So he should must probably play 2 cards. He cannot play 1 card and be, or can he? 14 points. Oh god, I'm risking it. I'm passing the round. If I win, I win. If I lose, he has to be 2 cards down. Or he just spends the... okay. He just spends... Of course, he casually draws all of his gold cards in the first round. Crap. Okay, now I am 1 card up. He's 1 card down, but he won the first round, so I have to win 2 rounds here. And now I only draw my second gold card, and it's not even the gold card I want. Overdose. It's not even the gold card I want. But it might be okay. He has to start the round. Oh, he's passing straight up. What's in his... let me just see what's in his graveyard. Okay, nothing really too big. Yeah, let's just spend 1 Hammer. I don't know. Biting Frost on his melee row. Doesn't matter, I'm passing. And he has the last play of the game by that. We are both at 5 cards. We just won the round. Won 1 round, the second round. Now, that could be good. Depending on what we drew. Okay, I'm keeping this hand. And the first thing I will probably going to do is play my John Carvey. And look at the cards I have in my deck. The top cards I have in my deck. Cantarella is not the card I want. Emissary probably not either. Yennefer though? Is Yennefer going to be good? Probably not. I will choose the Emissary. And kill it outright with the Nausicaa Brigade, okay. Figured out, wait, did I play all my... Nah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sadly though, we don't know. Oh, okay. Hello there. Sadly though, we do not know what the top loyal bronze or silver unit in our deck is. We just saw a gold card and a disloyal unit, so that might be a problem. No, it's not. It's not another Nausicaa Brigade because I... Oh, is it? Crap. Okay, I'm choosing... Choosing you, damaging you. And then with my Joachim I can convert this guy to damage again. And afterward kill my Joachim with my Nausicaa Brigade and boost the Nausicaa Brigade again, so... mind games. What does he have? That's the whole point right now. What does he have?
Your humble
He has a spy. Okay, that means his Imperial Enforcers will fire at least once. Damaging my units by 2 points. What are you debating? I want to see your cards, come on. It's an Nausicaa Brigade killing that unit. Yeah, boosting itself. Blah blah blah. Oh my god! He did a misplay. His Imperial Enforcers did not fire because the emissary was gone at this point. Ooh, slight misplay by him though. Okay, I'm now playing Triss Marigold, damaging a unit by 5, and I want to get rid of this Imperial Enforcer so he won't damage me in the future. This might be critical, but it might also be not, so who knows. It all depends on what he has in his hand. What did you draw? Are you even there? Come on. Play some cards. That's a pretty... Yeah, he's looking at my graveyard. You can see what card the enemy is looking at by this outline. Ooh, another assassin. Okay. Now I'm playing my Joachim de Wet. And that's another Nausicaa Brigade. Okay. So I will kill you and boost you. Oh. Does he have Scorch or Igni? Garrett, Igni or Scorch would be problematic by now. Ooh, a lock. That doesn't matter. I don't have any spies left. That does not matter. Damage a spine unit by 7. Wait, can I hit spine units on my own side? Can I hit you? I can! Oh my god, that's so okay. I actually did not know this, that I could hit spine units on my own side. Yeah, he's resurrecting something. What are you resurrecting out of my graveyard? There's nothing too big, I think. An emissary, okay.
Falling behind.
But he doesn't have an Imperial Enforcer that would be firing right now. Or Imperial Brigade. Yeah, he has a Nausicaa Brigade, which he will use to destroy the spying unit, which is okay. And this should be my game. I'm winning with Geralt, so yeah, okay. Your opponent has forfeited. I accept this. Send good game. Nevertheless, he also sent good game to me. And that's Gwent. That's how you play Gwent. That's how you win Gwent. Pretty decisively. Yeah, it's the only skill involved in Gwent. So I hope you liked it. I hope you are looking forward to next videos and upcoming videos from more Gwent. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a great time.